Let's talk mental health and a meditation technique. Why is it that every time you go on vacation, you feel so healthy and in touch with your body? And as soon as you come home back to the daily routine, all of that peace seems to have disappeared. Let's explore that a little bit more. When you are well, you move your body well, you honor your soul well, you nourish yourself well, and you also think well. It takes time to really learn and become competent in these areas, and my cards were dealt such, unbeknownst to me, the struggle of my life recovering from an eating disorder. My pain became my purpose. And along that journey, which now, in hindsight, I wanted to run from it and hated everything to do with it. And now I'm realizing I'm craving the only thing I want to do is be a part of it. In hindsight, one of those major tools that I needed to understand, to own, to become empowered was how to think well. This video may be more of an advanced video, but if you can understand that this will be part of your own journey in your own unique, authentic way, then it can help you see that hope, see that light. So let me share with you what this means a little bit more. Eating disorders, as I will often say, are also emotional dysregulation disorders. I myself, when I was 28, was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. It makes me sad that you can go for years and years and not get, I hate to use the word label, but not get a piece of information that is so helpful. It's not that me getting the diagnosis of generalized anxiety disorder was the answer, but it awakened me. So many people use that word. It allowed me to see a huge part of my struggle with my eating disorder had nothing to do with the food. So, if you haven't yet explored the idea that you may have a comorbidity, meaning also struggle with an emotional mood disorder, I highly recommend working with a psychologist, someone that has a PhD that specializes in this part of the equation, and share with them your background, your feelings, your emotions, how you respond to things, and see if there's a vulnerability in you. In my opinion, and based upon the schooling, the research, the professional help that I've gotten, there's a bell curve when it comes to mental health. You may lie here and you just know that you tend to have kind of OCD tendencies or a little bit of sad mood, and then something major happens. Your best friend moves away, and now you can't get out of bed. Wow, I didn't know this was in me. What is this? What is this about? You may soothe yourself. You may turn to your eating disorder behaviors. But what if someone sat down and got to know you and heard your story, heard your feelings, and said, hey, I notice you tend to be a little impulsive when something happens to you and you don't quite have the competency, the tools, the life experience to gently sit and move through that phase, that challenge. Maybe you're struggling with anxiety, bipolar, OCD, depression, and and maybe we can give you the tools to help with your mental health. It was so instrumental to me that I even today still love to listen to things to support my mental health. One thing I've always felt shift with me throughout my life was my spirituality. And I feel like emotion, spirituality, soul, they're all very much interwoven. But what is one of the most beautiful feelings is when all of that synergistically dances within your soul and it aligns with your being. It's in that moment that when you know those innate gifts are yours and you're empowered by them, that nothing can touch you. So please, if you haven't worked with someone to see if there might be something there, I highly encourage you to investigate that. But this video is talking about mental health. And one of my phases, I was still struggling with giving up the complete idea of having to manage my eating disorder pattern. Meaning I no longer had the major eating disorder behaviors, but I still struggle with those little fears. If I don't think this way, or I don't use this tool, or I don't cycle it through my head a few more times, then I may not be okay. And trying to do yoga, prayer, a lot of different mental health meditation approaches until I really kind of got down to the core thing for me and prayed about it, meditated, and said, I don't know. I really need help, Source, God, please. I'm going to sit here quietly and not say a word, because right now my own words, my own thoughts are very confusing. And I'm just asking that you give me guidance. Give me that next thing that I'm needing right now that I can't provide for myself to help give me peace of mind. I would love to wake up in the morning and feel obsessed and excited about being in this body and being up and a part of this world and getting to go do something that's meaningful and important. Yet I'm still stuck a little bit in my head. And the feeling, it's kind of clenching, painful in a way. And I've done everything I have been trained to do, that I know how to do. And at this point, I believe it's a higher power that needs to just help guide me to the next step. So this is what happened. God, I love to use the word God, or Source, or Mother Nature, which feels so peaceful like God, said, what do you know? What do you really know when it comes to your thoughts in your head? And I honestly in that moment had no word to respond. No words, no ideas, no thoughts. It's just rare for me. And I kind of lost my mind for a minute. It was strange. And then God said, you need to sit down and you need to write down what you know. What you do know for sure. And that's what you're in charge of controlling. That's your only job. So I kind of excitedly, I was like, wow, it's kind of cool. If that's my only job, that's whatever I do know is the only thing I'm supposed to be thinking about. Okay. So I was able to sit down and put together a list. So I wanted to share with you my list in the hopes that if there's someone out there kind of struggling with that, I still wake up and I'm still in a little bit of mental blunder, gripping feeling in my mind, maybe this will help you. So I titled it, What Can I Control? What I can control is how I choose to move my body each day, how I react to my thoughts, how I pick and plan my meals, and how I'm checking into my body, what is my hunger scale right now, how I'm able to reflect upon my movement pattern and what my body's craving, what it's needing for nourishment in the moment, how I apply myself to each day and what I choose to apply myself to in my life. My breathing pattern is one of my favorites. And often, as cliche as it is, everyone says yogi breathing, breathe in, breathe out, yada yada. But for someone with that type A clenching personality, I often find that just breathing brings me back to that inner peace. It grounds me. I can control and choose when I rest, how I love, when and how I communicate to others, what I put faith into, and what I pray and meditate to. So I wrote that down, and then I looked at it and I thought, these are things that innately I can control. And I think what God is trying to tell me is that this is all He ever designed me to think about, to need to think about, to be healthy and well mentally. So I challenge you, make your own list. What did God innately design you to think about mentally? Can you create this beautiful space, that feeling like you're on vacation, the most gorgeous view you've ever experienced? Can you embrace that and bring it so deeply into your own soul that no matter the storm of life that surrounds you and tries to rob you of your own soulful empowerment, you know that it's yours and that no one can take it from you? And that if it's something that's not on your list of your own job to think about, then it was never the burden that God designed you to carry. And that in practice and in time, you will learn that it's okay to let it go. And you will move through to the next level of your wellness and your mental health and recovery. Keep being brave. I love you all.